Hello, all you rabid Lions fans, and welcome to Lions on the Prowl. News, rumors, and debates from the fans' perspective. Here's Marcus and Jim.
Hello, you Lions fans. Welcome to Lions on the Prowl. This is episode number 58, and welcome back, Marcus.
What's going on, y'all? Hope everybody had a good week. We're ready to entertain and drop some knowledge on all of y'all. But first, we have a message from our sponsor.
Hello, Lions fans. Would you like to support the continuation of this show? Become a patron. Go to www.patreon.com/Lions on the Prowl. Thank you for supporting our mission to give you Lions news and rumors from the fans' perspective.
Welcome back, and yes, we really appreciate all of you who are listening and would go to that page and help us out. Okay, we're going to get into our shout-outs now, and let me start that off first. I got a YouTuber, Everything King. Now, he does Pistons and us Lions, so I wanted to give a shout-out to him because his content is really, really good.
Really good.
Dose of Dion. Dion or Dion? You're going to have to help me with that because I'm not really sure.
It's probably Dion.
It could be. It could be. And he had a bunch of stuff happen, but he's out there putting videos out almost every day. He's 17 years old and ambitious, and it really kind of uplifts us. To Carrie, Shannon, Beth, Rachel, Thomas and Brianna. I got Rob, Brendan, Kim Possible, and Leslie, who does our voiceovers for us. You have yours this week?
Yeah,
Marcus?
I got a couple.
Okay.
Good group of people. First, I want to shout out to my stepmom. Her birthday was Friday.
Happy birthday.
And then I also wanted to give a shout out to my baby brother because his birthday is today.
Ooh, happy birthday to you.
I got to call him later and, we'll get that together. I want to give a shout out to my tattoo artist. His name is Chad. He inked me up yesterday, so my arm is very sore. But it's okay because I'm here and I'm ready.
Ready.
And I'm good. That's all the shout outs I got.
Okay, so this week we're going to get into a bunch of topics. We got a lot of stuff to cover. But first, this message.
Lions on the Prowl is currently seeking sponsors for the show. If your business would like to reach our audience, please email lionsontheprowl14@gmail.com.
Yes, and we really appreciate that. We do have a sponsor for August coming on board, and we're looking for more sponsors. And if you would like to do that, you can email me directly at lionsontheprowl14@gmail.com. That's lionsontheprowl14@gmail.com. Okay, now we're going to get into our topics for this week, and the show's going to start rolling, right? Right, Marcus?
Oh, I'm ready.
We're ready.
Let's roll.
Okay, so a lot of Lions fans, they feel like the Lions are underrated. Okay? PFF ranked the Detroit Lions roster 20th in the NFL.
Can we remind everyone what PFF stands for?
Pro Football Focus. And it's a measuring tool that most of the NFL uses right now. And so we put a lot of stock in what they say because they've been studying every player, every play. And so they give them grades based on that, based on what they've seen out of these players.
Honestly, I think it's fairly accurate. I think they do a good job of ranking us and ranking or evaluating the players and the play style, everything like that. I think it's a really good system. And
I do too. What they're saying is they're kind of up and down on the Lions. Lions could have a great year. The Lions could have a really crappy year, just like last year. They said on defense, the Lions are promising up front, and on the back end, pretty iffy in the middle. So Jared Davis is yet to record an overall grade above 52.8, and he's missed 36 tackles over the past 2 years, third amongst linebackers in that span. So that's not good. Missing a lot of tackles.
I mean, as a linebacker, it's your job to tackle.
Right.
Like the defensive line is, they're clogging the holes for you. They're making sure you can get those tackles. And, you know what I'm saying? For you to, miss 36 of them, that's a little alarming.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But his coverage grade in 2018 was 64.5. He was tied for 35th out of 96 linebackers. Just showing you, basically, that our team is not maybe what you think it is. I'm hoping that we pull it all together in the additions of Trey Flowers and Snacks being there. Yes, he's going to be there. Trust me.
It says he was ranked 35th out of 96.
Yes.
That ranks him in what, the top...
1/3.
The top 36
So it's
percentile.
No.
Am I right?
Yeah, it's something,
1/3.
somewhere in there. It's about
it's 1/3, but it's a little over 1/3.
A little over 1/3.
So,
but that's not good.
35.
Yeah, but there's only 32 teams in the league.
I'm talking about percentile. I'm talking about percentile.
But you
I
got to look at
understand
it that way and say he's not even really a starting linebacker.
I understand, but I'm saying I'm looking at it as he ranks in the top. You know what I'm saying? The top 30 percentile.
Right, but we know he's had his struggles.
That gives him a grade of a C.
Yeah,
that gives him a 70.
Right,
70, maybe a 66. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think. But what I'm trying to say is that we have C players when other teams have A players.
Yes, I agree with you. I'm saying he's mediocre.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, but it's actually a huge improvement from his rookie year when he earned a 40.7 coverage grade, 95th out of 100. So he's improved his game quite a bit in the coverage area. Meanwhile, Devin Kennard's career best effort came in 2016 when he ranked 27th among linebackers with a 72.8 overall.
And that puts him in what?
A 72.8? That's a C.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that puts him in what
He was a 27th linebacker.
81 percentile? 82 percentile?
No, I don't believe that. I don't think so. 27th out of how many, though? That's the thing I'm trying to figure out. 27th out of 90? He's even worse.
We'll say 100. We'll say 100.
Yeah, that's 27%.
That's the top 27%.
No. He was the 27th rated linebacker.
Yes. So okay. Out of 100, so that's the top 27%.
73, right? 73%.
Which is better than a what? 65?
Yeah, he's got 72.8, so that makes sense. Okay, so 9 teams earned 85 point or plus or more grade in 2 or more defensive categories, but the Lions were one of them. Okay, so they were 3 of the 9 are in the NFC North. By the way, off topic just a little bit. The NFC North was ranked number 1 out of all the divisions in the entire NFL. So our division is ranked the toughest of all the NFL. I just wanted to throw that in there. No,
defensively?
I mean as a division. So as a division, top to bottom, the NFC North is rated number 1 in the entire league. So that tells you how hard it is in our division to win that division because you got to play those teams that are pretty darn good twice a year. So that hurts us a little bit. But they're also the only team to fail to earn an 80 overall team defense grade. It just shows the Lions were a team of strengths and weaknesses in defense. The Lions earned 85 in tackling, 88. Wow, that's really good. 88.1. That's really good. The Lions used to have a problem with tackling.
Yeah,
it was one of the major things why teams beat us.
And it's simple tackles,
right?
You know what I mean? It's simple mistakes like not having your head on the right side of the ball, not wrapping your arms,
right?
And all these things should have been nipped in the bud.
Well, Matt Patricia seems to be emphasizing it, getting people that can tackle, and we're doing much better at it. 88.1,
clearly 5th
in the league. That's really good. And the run defense was ranked 90.4, which was 6th in the league, but earned a sub 70 in the pass rush, 61, 30th in the league. So our pass rush was 30th in the league.
They're good at filling the holes. They're not good at.
They're good at tackling.
Getting through them.
They're not good at getting pressure on the quarterback right now. And I don't know if this is judged only on defensive linemen because our defensive linemen, we'll get into the defense and how it's actually going to be done this year under the Crypt Keeper, Paul Pasqualoni, later in the show. So I don't want to go into that right now, but I'm wondering if they're just looking at defensive line here. Because our linebackers and some of our safeties and corners actually are more of the pass rushers than the defensive ends are.
But it should be that way. That's football.
Yeah. In this scheme it is. I mean, if you run a 4-3, you got Ansa. Remember, he was a designated pass rusher pretty much.
But still, that's the line. The defensive line's job is to clog the holes.
Yes.
They bust their ass for the linebackers.
Yes. Well, that's how it's supposed to go. We haven't done very well at that.
So, you know what I'm saying? Can you base it off that? I mean, I understand that they're the ones up front. They're the ones in the trenches.
And that's what
they're
I wonder
ones,
if that's what they're doing.
They're the ones getting dirty. But clearly they're doing their job because they have a 90.4 run D.
Yeah.
Clearly they're not letting anybody through the holes. You know
And
what
I
I'm
think
saying?
that's going to improve this year with Trey Flowers. Deshaun Hand gets another year under his belt. You've got Snacks in the middle, and that instantly created a better defense for Detroit.
Which brings me to my next point, coverage.
Coverage, they didn't do well. They were 29th in the league at coverage.
Exactly. And where? Think about last year. Where did most of the passes go?
Over the middle.
Over the middle. Mm-hmm. The easiest
Tight
place
ends.
to defend.
Tight ends killed us.
It's easy to defend the middle.
And the year before, it was even worse. They killed us worse. Tight ends killed us worse the year before than they did last year even, but they killed us last year. They killed slot receivers, running backs out of the backfield. Anything over the middle was really difficult for us to defend for some reason. Of course, we had the man that never turned his head around, Nevin Lawson. He's gone to Oakland now, thank God. I'm sorry. He's got the speed, had the coverage skills. He was always right there. He just never knew where the ball was.
His awareness
was awful.
I'm pretty sure if I got my Madden game right now, his awareness would be at like
3?
a 16.
3.
Realistically, like a 16. Madden's really good at that. 16
They're
awareness.
very good at that. So also, but they say in free agency their weaknesses were addressed with a priority free agent early in the offseason. So, the edge rusher is going to be Trey Flowers. I still think he's a beast. He's a beast. I don't know if we talked about him a lot, but his wingspan is huge.
He's a big guy.
His wingspan is huge. I mean, he's going to wrap his arms around that quarterback or running back. I think he's better against the run personally than I think he's against the pass.
Well, clearly
we'll
they're all
see.
better against the run.
Yeah, that's what we're designed to do. Stop the run first, make them run one dimensional, and then go start blitzing the quarterback.
That's not good though. If we want to make them one dimensional in a place where they can beat us easily.
Well, no, because we got Flowers, but we also got Justin Coleman as well. And Justin Coleman ranks 7th in the league. Now listen to this stat. It's amazing. Yards allowed per cover snap. So that doesn't include run plays. So it's 0.94. He didn't allow a yard average. That's amazing. 7th in the league in that. And we paid him as the number 1 slot corner. I mean, that's the guy that's going to be covering those people over the middle.
But if you see, he proved he is good at what he does. He's
Very
top 10
good.
at what he does, and he
Very
proved
good.
it. So I don't mind paying that man.
I don't mind either.
You showed me you're good at what you do. Take this money.
Yep. And then we added Rashawn Melvin. We went in the draft and got from the 5th round pick.
We got who?
Yeah. The guy sounds like a dog's barking.
Oh.
Amari. That's it right there. Offensively, Marvin Jones. Now, we've had a little bit of a controversy. We're going to have rapid fire at the end of the show. And one of the questions on there is going to be, are we going to get rid of Marvin Jones? I've heard a lot about this where, we may or may not. But looking at this statistic, Marvin Jones will be huge when he returns to the lineup from injury. Since joining the Lions in 2016, Jones has 10 deep touchdowns, 30 deep receptions, both tied for 8th in the league, all while running the fewest routes in a season since his rookie year. So he's running less routes, getting more production. So that helps the offense for this upcoming year. And of course, like we were talking about the defense before, Snacks Harrison, 78.6 tackling grade, 3rd highest among all the interior linemen, like defensive tackle, But that helped us a lot. That helped us a lot last year. And I think with the addition of Trey Flowers, we got Deshaun Hand, we've got a couple other guys. Bryant is going to be rushing the passer. I think we're going to have a really good rotational defensive line.
Snacks is probably the biggest reason for that 90.4 run D grade.
Oh, I agree. When we got him, you could tell when he was on the field and when he wasn't. You could tell. Because we had Ricky Jean-Francois last year, and he was he had like long hair too. So every time he was in there, I wasn't sure whether it was him or Snacks, but you could tell the difference. The difference was very pronounced.
Every snap, you can tell the difference.
Yep. And so I'm going to go also to Darius Slay. This is a subject that people don't realize. He had a down year last year, okay? Everyone knows that. But I also thought he was injured last year. Didn't rank very highly, but PFF has him as the most underrated cornerback because he has a 78.2 coverage grade, pretty darn good. 52.3 catch rate allowed.
So that's
It's over 50% he allows the person to catch the ball. I don't like that stat, but 17 forced interceptions. That's
means
really, really good.
That means he was either covering the receiver thrown to, or he caught the interception himself.
Yep.
Just want to clear that up for any of you fans who don't know exactly what that means.
And going back to the offense, we got rid of Golden Tate
For a stick of gum.
Obviously, actually for Will Harris. Turned out to be Will Harris.
Stick gum.
The safety. But most slot receiving yards, right, in the postseason. Well, let's hope we ever get to the postseason. Danny Amendola ranks second in the league.
That doesn't surprise me.
Edelman is the one that is first, and he was with New England.
Also doesn't surprise me.
So if we filled that, I think he's going to have Stafford's going to have a couple of safety blankets this year. One's T.J. Hawkinson, and the other one is Danny Amendola. But then you've got Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones on the other side. This could be a dynamic offense with Kerryon in the backfield, but it's all predicated on that lousy offensive line.
And that's the worst part.
I agree.
You know, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, and our weakest link is that O-line, and it's a bad link to be weak.
Exactly, because and there was times last year, and I've said this before, I counted how much time Matthew Stafford had to throw the ball. I counted one time it was 2.5 seconds. Yeah, what are you supposed to do? You can't develop a deep route. But if you can get Kerryon Johnson and maybe some of I don't think Theo Riddick's going to be here. Just FYI, I either think he's going to be traded or cut. But we'll see how that all goes. You know,
at 2.5 seconds,
yeah,
the receiver has what? Barely any time to break from his route.
Right.
Say he's running a dig.
Right.
He might be a half step into his break. 2.5 seconds.
Yep.
He's not ready for that ball.
Nope. Even your safety outlet has to leak out of the backfield sometimes. You don't got time for that.
Even a fade route, 2.5 seconds.
No way.
He's still fighting off that corner. He's not ready for that pass.
And they don't have how much time do you have for a double move with 2.5 seconds?
You ain't running a double move with 2.5 seconds.
You can't.
No hitches. You ain't got time for a post.
You got time for a flag. Maybe.
You might have time for a slant. And I'm talking about he's got one step cut.
Off one step cut. That's it. That's all you would have. That's all you have time for, folks. So the offensive line really needed to be addressed. We lost one of our best offensive linemen last year in TJ Lang, and we really didn't fill that hole. I mean, we moved Frank Ragnow to center. I think that's a great move, but is Graham Glasgow the answer at right guard? We think that's a solid position now because they moved him over. I'm not so sure it is.
Right guard, I don't think right guard is so much the problem. I think it's left guard and left tackle.
Well, yeah, of course it is. I mean, left guard right now is Wiggins, which scares me to death. I'm serious.
That's Stafford's blind side. That's why he's got 3 broken bones in his back.
Yep. I thought it was from carrying this team for 10 years, but hey.
It's because he has a suspect left guard and left tackle. That's why.
I think so, too. And the problem with all of that is, in my opinion, is you've got all these weapons for him. You've got a running game. But if you don't have an offensive line, none of it works. Nothing works. Nothing. So the only thing that we hope to have, we have Isaac Nauta, we have Jesse James, Logan Thomas, and we have TJ Hockenlookie. And if those guys can block or chip or something to give him an extra second or two, then maybe we can have some plays developed downfield. People are like, oh, Stafford's not throwing the deep ball anymore. Oh,
he ain't got time.
I don't know if he had any time to throw the deep ball last year. He's on his back more than he was anything else last year. No wonder he broke his back.
2.5 seconds. 2.5 seconds. That's what, a 2-step drop.
That's it.
No plant.
No, I mean
off the back foot throw.
When the play I watched, and this wasn't every play, so this is just the worst of it. So he goes backwards. He's taking a step back. As soon as he gets into his, set. As soon as he gets set to throw,
were they in shotgun?
He was getting blown up.
Were they in shotgun?
I believe so.
So that's a 3-step drop.
I don't believe he was in shotgun. Was he?
If he wasn't in shotgun, then it had to be a 5-step drop.
Not always. You can do a 3-step drop. I've seen
he got sacked, right?
Yeah, I've seen
5-step drop. How often are the Lions in shotgun?
They are in shotgun a lot.
A lot, and they're in shotgun, so he doesn't have to take those extra steps to drop.
Right. But I seen him drop back at least 3 steps. So I know on this particular play that I saw, he dropped 3 steps.
So you're saying he was under center?
Yeah.
I guarantee you it was a 5-step drop.
I'm telling you it was 3.
He might only took 3. But I guarantee you it was a 5-step drop.
So you're saying it wasn't drawn up as a 3-step drop.
I guarantee you it was a 5-step drop.
As soon as he turned around, it was crazy. I
guarantee you.
Next, we're going to go into the defense and how our defense is going to look for this year. But the first thing we're going to do is look at our defensive coordinator, Paul Pasqualoni, a.k.a. the Crypt Keeper, because he looks pretty old out there, to be honest with you. He looks like they wheel him out there. But, hey, we got a lot of information on him. Marcus, you want to take this?
Yeah. He started out the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Dallas, they got a good program down there. Mm-hmm. He started as tight end coach?
Linebackers coach.
Linebackers coach in 2005. Yeah. And then
tight ends.
Then he coached tight ends in 2005 too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So tight ends, linebackers, so that means Jason Witten.
Yep.
DeMarcus Ware.
Yep.
Those kinds of players. So clearly he knows how to put talent together.
Yeah.
And I think that is what's going to help us, with Snacks, with Slay, and all the other defenders that we acquired this year, the people that we feel are going to help us bring that D to the next level, the people who were here last year that had that D to the level it was at. I think he's going to be able to better put the players together so they can have more success.
Interesting note on Pasqualoni. He was actually the coach. He was actually the coach that allowed Matt Patricia to coach first under his staff. And now Matt Patricia returns the favor and lets him coach under his staff. I think that's really neat. I think that's a neat story.
What do they call that? There's a name for that. It's not irony, is it?
No. It could be.
Coincidence?
Oh, no.
Loyalty?
There you go. Loyalty.
I like that one.
I like that better. But yeah, it's a thing where he knows him very well. He knows what kind of system he runs, and he trusts the guy. He trusts him to carry out what his vision for the defense is. So I think that a lot of people think that he's a figurehead, that he's just standing there stoic, old, wrinkly, But I think he actually does take over a lot of the defensive assignments and things. Matt Patricia has a lot to do. I don't know if he necessarily runs the defense through the guy. I just think he trusts him to be able to communicate to the players what he wants them to do on defense. So, let's see. All right. So we're going to go into a little bit. We were doing this last week, looking at the teams that we play. So do you have anything more on defense? Oh, I got one more thing. Sorry about that. I was thinking about this. We were going to talk a little bit more about how the defense is going to look in the upcoming year. So a lot of times with this defense, it depends on what we're running. We can run a 4-3 out of this. We can run that 3-4 hybrid, 3 safeties. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that Matt Patricia can go based on who he's playing at the time.
I think the most important is the nickel.
I agree.
I don't know how productive we would be in a dime package or a quarter package.
Dime package. Do we have enough? Yeah. The depth. I don't know.
I think that's the problem.
I agree with
the
that.
quarter package too.
Yeah.
But I think as far as nickel and below,
I think we'll be all right.
we'll be good.
And even in the dime package, I think we do have players that could step up and play.
We have players,
depending on if it's a zone. You know what I'm saying? If it's not more man-on-man coverage, we don't really have a good man-on-man coverage guy other than Darius Slay. Possibly the new kid, whatever his name is. Him.
But
maybe.
most dime package
got speed.
defensive plays are zones.
Yeah, most of them are, but not all of them, and especially in this
Suspect.
defense. Matt Patricia really likes his one-on-one cover guys out there almost on an island. He likes to use the safeties to come up with the support the run defense, rush the passer, So he does like them one-on-one corners.
Smart. That's why tight ends torched us. That's why slot receivers torched us.
Yes, I agree.
Dime package.
I agree.
That's that dime package.
But I think
That's
that
that suspect dime package D.
I think that the linebacker core is my area that I'm concerned with the most on the defense. I like a lot of our corners. I like the new guys we brought in. Rashawn Melvin he didn't have a good year last year, but he was with the Raiders, and the Raiders were a mess last year. You look back to Indianapolis where he played for there, he was good.
You know what?
He was good.
I agree with that.
So
I actually
he could be the number 2 corner.
As much as I pondered, I agree with that. I think you're right about that.
So then we got this new guy, Amari. I think he's actually going to be halfway decent. We still have Tease Tabor, who they say was ripping it up, and I really don't think he's nothing more than a zone coverage guy. He doesn't have the speed for me to be out on an island with anybody, unless they're slow as hell.
Yeah, his speed suspect.
It really is. But we got Darius Slay on one side, we got Melvin, and then we got Justin Coleman in the slot. I think we're getting a team where the secondary isn't as bad. Tracy Walker, Quandre Diggs at safety. We still got Tavon Wilson. He took a pay cut to be with us. So I'm thinking that's it. He's good too. We have the players, I think, in the secondary to make a decent secondary. I'm not going to say great.
It's coming together.
Decent. It's starting to get there.
It's definitely coming together.
That D-line is the strength of that defense. The D-line is the strength of the defense. The linebackers, for me, that's my worry. You still got Christian Jones as a starter. That troubles me. Austin Bryant's still hurt. You got Devin Kennard, who is a pretty good pass rushing linebacker, but he's not a Khalil Mack, or he's not
suspect. That arm wrapping,
name.
that tackling suspect.
Jared Davis, who we talked about earlier, who I think is actually going to have a really good season, because they now have enough disruptors up front to where he's going to have an open lane. He's going to have an open lane to make a play. And if his instincts get better and he just has to run after somebody, I think that's his game. He's got a lot of speed. He can tackle, but he's got a lot of speed. And I just hope he keeps developing. I really do, because we really, really need that.
And I think with this new defensive coordinator, I think he's going to help with that.
Yep.
I think he's going to help them. He's going to help the good players become great, and the great players become amazing.
I don't know what we have in Jelani Tavai yet. They keep saying, "Oh, he's all over the field and he's this and that," but he's slow as hell. I don't know. I mean, that's my worry about him. That if he seems to have an instinct for the ball. He seems to know where the ball's going to be. And Spielman, I think about him. He really didn't have the size, the speed, all that stuff, but he was right on the ball all the time.
His awareness is better. He's opposite of the 16 grade awareness guy we were just talking about. I don't even want to say his name. It's so bad. Like he's got good ball awareness.
Nevin
he knows
Lawson.
where the ball is. We're not going to speak of him.
Good luck, Raiders.
We're not going
now you have Nevin Lawson.
We are not going to speak of him.
Yeah, sorry, because I'm just glad he's. I'm sorry, but I'm glad he's gone. If you can't adjust and look for the ball, I can't help you, man. I don't know.
Isn't that the first rule of playing corner? It should be.
It really should be. I mean, anyway, so that's my take on this team. Defensively, I think we're going to be better than we were last year. I think we're going to have a few more pressures and a few more sacks. And I think we're going to be really good against the run. I really believe we're going to stop people in their tracks against the run.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to change between this year and last year.
I'm just worried about linebacker and secondary, and maybe we're building that over time.
I wouldn't even say secondary. I would say the mid-secondary.
I think Justin Coleman's got that.
I think it's the edges that are covered.
Yeah,
it's the shallow middle.
But we got Coleman for that, and he was the best at it. We're pretty darn close.
Guess we got this. See, this is why I need to see it.
Yeah, and we will. Starting in preseason, we'll see how good or bad this team is. And please don't give me this BS that it's just preseason, because we did that last year, remember? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were losing and getting our butt kicked. Oh, it's just the first game. Oh, it's just preseason. I think by that second game, I was like, nope. No.
Got it.
This is more than just this is more
gotta
than just
play
preseason.
it like it matters.
And a lot of fans
game.
will do that. Like, don't worry, it's just preseason. They're going to be great. The opposite thing happens during these little training camp, and it happens during these mini camps and all that stuff, where the reporters and the media say how great everybody is, but they ain't got no pads on. They're running around in shorts. They're
Shorts
playing
and a
against
helmet.
themselves.
No contact.
And they're playing against their own team, which if your team sucks, then the competition is equal. But they still suck.
Well, sir, you are not wrong. You are not wrong about that.
So I just want to make that point, before we go into the next thing. So now we're going to go into teams that we play this year. We had 2 of them last week, so we went through Arizona and we went through San Diego or L.A. or whatever they want to be called, whatever town they live in now. Who knows? The Chargers. And now we're going to look at Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, you got Philadelphia, good sir.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one. Well, Philadelphia, they're the Eagles. They won the Super Bowl a couple of years back. They have very, very good. I mean, their team is stacked. They really are. Jason Kelsey is their center. He's rated like a 96. Fletcher Cox, 94. Brandon Brooks is a guard. Notice that their offensive line is good. Oh, my God. 93 for Brandon Brooks, and he's the guard. Offensive tackles, Lane Johnson, he's a 90. So 3 out of 5 of those offensive linemen are rated 90 or above. And then you have Zach Ertz, who's a 92. That's tight end. So you're looking at, they're building through their lines. You can see it, right? Defensive end, Brandon Graham, 91. Defensive tackle, we mentioned Fletcher Cox. So then you go into their skill positions, and they have Deshaun Jackson. Not bad. Alshon Jeffrey.
He's pretty good.
And I'm hoping this is updated, because I don't know. And Jason Peters is an 87, who's their other offensive tackle.
Backup.
No, he's on the right side.
Oh, I thought you were saying they got an 87. They got an 87 rated backup.
No.
I was about to be like, oh my goodness.
And the other defensive tackle is rated an 84, Timmy Jerrigan. So I mean, they have some good players on this team. Some very good players on this team. I wanted to go into something, and we mentioned this. We were talking before the show. The Detroit Lions have one player rated 90 or above.
Uno.
Snacks. That's it. Nobody else, according to these rankings. Okay? Philadelphia has 7 90 or above rated players. So when I say we're going to go down to Philadelphia and get our ass kicked, it's exactly what I mean. And people are like, oh, no, we're so good. We're so good. No, we're not that good. We're not terrible, but we're not that good either. You look at, we brought in Trey Flowers. Trey Flowers is, I can talk. Trey Flowers is rated an 86, guys. Darius Slay's an 86. Marvin Jones is an 88, and we want to trade him. Some of the moves, I don't know. Amendola's an 84. Deshaun Hand's an 84. Ragnow's only an 83. Kenny Galladay's only an 82. And these are the guys that we think are great. But when you look through the lens of national media, They don't look so good. You know? Mm-hmm. We're getting ranked 20th by PFF. I think it was 24th or 25th by somebody else. And everybody's outraged by those rankings. Kerryon Johnson's only rated in 82. Stafford's only rated in 81. You know? It's Rashad Melvin. We got him in free agency. I think he's going to be pretty good. 81. C.J. Anderson, 79. Justin Coleman, who we've raved about here, 78. Taylor Decker, our starting left tackle, 78. There's a 96. Or no,
what was
90.
the lowest? What was the lowest of their O-line? Like a 90?
Yeah, no, an 80 something.
86, 87?
Something like that.
Something like that, but still. That's
Ricky
as good as our
Wagner's only
best.
a 78.
That's as good as our best offensive lineman.
Devin Kennard's only a 78. Christian Jones, 77. TJ Hockenloogie, 77. I mean, we're looking at these guys like they're great. My argument is they're not.
Mediocre.
Jermaine Kearse, who we just got as wide receivers, is 76. Our center, turning right guard, is only a 76. Graham Glasgow. He's only a 76. And Ibushi, who we think may be one of the guys to take that left guard spot, he's a 75. Romeo Okwara, who we think is the greatest pass rusher, or was last year, 74.
Wow.
See, our view of our players, Jared Davis is a 72. 72. It just, to me, we overrate our own players because we're passionate about our team. And I'm passionate about our team. But I want to bring some realism to this because I'm a fan of this team. I want to see them succeed. But yet, I have my concerns. And I think we have every right as Lions fans to be concerned about a team like this. Okay? Maybe it all pulls together under Matt Patricia and they got a plan for every player. Maybe that's the case. Maybe not. But for right now, we're going to go to Marcus with the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right, quick question for you, Jim.
Yeah.
What was Philly's record last year?
9-7.
9-7.
Yeah.
Well, these here Chiefs went 12-4.
And we play them too.
Week 4.
Right after Philadelphia.
You know who you know who's on this Chiefs team? First of all, before I get into who's even on the team, I just want to let y'all know that a reporter got fired for what he said about the coach.
Seriously.
Fired. Lost his job because of what he said about
See, now
Andy
they don't
Reid.
do that here. They really don't do that here.
Because it's Detroit.
Right. So go ahead.
But anyway.
Go on.
Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. Do I need to say anything else? I mean, we're going to have a good defense.
I think Hill's gone, isn't he? Or is he?
Well, all I'm going to say is their roster right here
I don't know. I thought he was one of those running backs that got in
says
trouble.
Tyreek Hill, and he's at wide receiver.
Oh, okay.
Number 10.
Maybe that wasn't the guy that got.
Yeah,
I know
it was,
Hunt was one that
Kareem
got in
Hunt.
trouble, and there was another
Kareem Hunt
one
got
too.
in trouble because of the whole. Was it the child abuse thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got in trouble because of the whole child abuse thing, so he's suspended for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do about that, but
Yeah, Kareem Hunt's
suspended
gone.
for a
Kareem
while.
Hunt went to Cleveland.
for the longest time last year, the Chiefs were undefeated.
Yeah.
Who was the only team that was undefeated longer than the Chiefs? The Rams?
Didn't the Rams? Yeah, I think the Rams were, but I'm not.
Because the Rams lost to New Orleans. They lost to my Saints.
Right. But
Twice.
But they were. Yeah, they were undefeated for a while, weren't they? I don't remember for sure.
At some point,
Yeah, I don't
the Rams
remember
were
for
like
sure.
13-0.
Wow.
At some point.
Wow.
So I'm really honestly not gonna say too much about the Chiefs because they went 12-4 last year. They have a lot of they're missing. I mean, a couple players that were there last year that aren't there that did a lot, like Kareem Hunt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they still got. Wait, didn't Patrick Mahomes win MVP last year?
I think so. He's rated a 92.
92.
Yep.
And Stafford's a what?
81.
81. That's 11 whole points better than our quarterback.
Yep.
Granted, our quarterback plays with broken bones. Theirs
yeah.
doesn't.
Travis Kelce.
Still
Tight
got
end.
more faith.
He's rated 94.
I still got more faith in Stafford than I do Mahomes because I ain't never seen him play with a broken back. But still,
In
and
Kansas
he was a rookie
City
last year.
Yeah,
Mahomes was a rookie last year.
I know.
Do you think Do you think it was a fluke? Do you think it was a breakout, or do you think he's that good?
I think he has a good team around him too.
True.
I don't think that. I don't think Stafford does.
I definitely think that he is in a better position to succeed.
I think he is too. And I think that it's taken a long time, 10 years, to build a team around a quarterback for the Lions. I don't understand why it takes so damn long to build a team around a quarterback. I really don't. You had Calvin Johnson, you had Sue, you had Fairley, you had talent. Right now, we're trying to rebuild that talent, and we're trying to do it through the draft. We've done it through free agency a little bit. I'm a little concerned with how these players are grading out now. But Tim's point earlier, we were talking before the show, and his point was that was last year, and that maybe this year that they would grade out a little better. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. I mean, are they going to grade out better this? The rookies and stuff like that. I don't know. So I think we're going to go to our rapid fire questions. I think we got two more people that we were going to go over for you, but we're running out of time. We will do that next week. And these are stuff that we're going to go back and forth on. Is Theo Riddick going to make the roster?
Questionable. It's questionable if he does. I'm not exactly sure.
I think it's a for sure no.
You don't think so? I mean, I don't think so.
He's the only one.
It's possible.
Here's my theory. He's the only one that would get us anything back. Zach Zenner's not getting us anything back. If we have somebody to trade, I think it's Theo Riddick. He fell off last year, I thought. I don't think he had the explosiveness last year that he's had. He's not really a running back. He's just kind of a guy that can catch the ball in the backfield. Kerryon Johnson can do that now. So what is his role? We have enough receivers. So what is his role on this team? He was a good third down back before. I'm not really sure that's applicable anymore. Got about 2 minutes, so we're going to keep going here. Will the Lions actually trade Marvin Jones or cut him, get rid of him?
They won't cut him. He will not get cutted. He will not be cut.
Okay.
But depending on who they can get for the trade, that's on the table. But he will not be cut.
I don't think he's getting traded. And my reasoning, I'm hoping he don't. My reasoning is who are we going to get? We got Kenny Galladay, and then who?
And that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? If there's someone out there better that we can get for him, it's going to happen. But
right.
Iffy. I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know about that.
Maybe at the end of the season. I don't think it's going to be this season. If it is, it's going to be at the trade deadline, and it's going to be thrown in with something else to get somebody. I don't think that we're going to get rid of a talented wide receiver to get nothing. We got a third-round draft pick out of Golden Tate.
Oh, you mean a stick of gum?
Pretty much. Do the Lions make the playoffs this year?
No.
I agree with that. I would say no. Tim thinks yes.
No. We are in. Like the PFF grade already said, we're in the toughest division, right?
Yes.
We have the worst team in that division.
We do.
We're not making the playoffs.
Yeah, it's getting that time, and we're gonna head out. We wanted to wish you a great week. Jeremy Reisman is going to be, and I hope I pronounced that right, is going to be on the show maybe next week after. So that's coming. So we want to get your questions for him, and also I wanted you to know that we are on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio. Those are all kinds of ways you can consume the content we have here. Also, we have a new YouTube channel, and I want everybody to I'm waving to everybody. So for the people listening, I'm waving to for the people there. I'm seeing it. So, Marcus?
Yeah, make sure you guys check us out. Make sure you guys support. We love every single one of you. Make sure you guys get those questions to us because we want to know what you guys want to know.
Yeah, it's from the fans' perspective.
So make sure you get that to us. Enjoy your week, and we'll be back.
And we're going to bow out now, but we're going to have one more segment for you this week on this show. And we're going to have Tim take it away for the Maniac Report.
Now for the Maniac Report with the Maniac himself, Tim Becker.
Welcome to this week's Maniac Report. I'm Maniac Tim, and I feel the Lions are ready to win now. I mean, yeah, we heard it before. We heard it when Jim Caldwell first came to the Lions, gone now. But with the upgrades this year in the tight end position and also the running back position, I think the Lions are going to be a lot better contenders than what they had last year, than what they were last year. Because you got last year, Jim Bob Cooter was out of his element. He didn't really know how to do the type of offense that Matt Patricia wanted. So this year we got Darrell Bevell. Darrell Bevell is known from bringing teams from last place to first place. I mean, 2 Super Bowl wins or 2 appearances in the Super Bowl with Seattle Seahawks. I think he's going to be able to get the running game to where the Lions need it to be, which is going to open up the passing game for Matthew Stafford. They have put in a lot of money and a lot of resources in upgrading the tight end position. Gone is Michael Roberts. Now you got T.J. Hawkinson, 8th overall pick for the Lions. I think he's going to work out a lot better than Eric Ebron did. And we seen last year what the lack of the tight end position, solid tight end, did when we got rid of Ebron, which might have been too soon for us. I also think that Jesse James is going to do a lot better than what Michael Roberts did. I think I think you're going to see a lot more blocking, a lot of open lanes. I think they're just going to be able to contend. I see us maybe not running over the NFC North, but I'm thinking we can split, at least win one game against all the people in the NFC North, all the different teams. I'm going 1-1 against the Bears and Green Bay. Also, Minnesota, I think will win one, lose one. Probably it'll be we'll win the home games and lose the road games. But I just think that the Lions are ready to contend. I think that there's going to be a lot of surprise people once the season opens. And that's why we're paying these people to really get the job done. And that's it this week for the Maniac Report.
Okay, so we got that done.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to make, since it's easy to do,
Right.
I'm going to work on this right now.
Okay.
That way I'll have it when I got to put it into the regular show. And I don't know how that's going to work. But at least we know it's
Right.
done, so we could go to it if it's something that we... It's going to be the direct opposite of what we're doing.
Right.
Because just to show that we aren't as good as,
I know.
you know. And it showed. Last year it really, really showed. Last year it pissed me off. Because it was like, Jesus Christ. It pissed me off in a way because it was like we really expected them to do really, really well.
Right.
And then they did really, really suckish. And to me, there had to be a reason. There had to be a reason we thought they were going to do so much better.
Right.
And I think the reason is fairly clear. Oh, click here to browse. Okay. Oh shit.